All right, hey, this is Mike from Dark Days Radio. I'm here at PAX Unplugged in a special private room, which I have sequestered from the enforcers. And I'm hanging out with none other than Joe Pitt from Montgomery by Night. Epic fellow, great streamed game. How's it going, Joe? How's your PAX been?
It's going really well. I appreciate it. It's been good. I've had a lot of fun.
Awesome.
Still having fun, actually.
Awesome. That's great to hear. And then also with us is Rick Wheeler from Mondo Publishing.
Good morning, everybody.
And he's going to be kind of talking a little bit here and there with some insight into streaming and the like. Most of this episode right now is going to focus on Montgomery by Night, but we'll have some insight from both him and also Mark Anderson from Mondo Publishing.
Hello. Hi, everybody.
All right. So it's epic to be here. It's been a long time since I've been at a convention that has been physical in real life. Everyone's got their masks on and everything. Everyone's being careful. And I think we're all going to make it out of here in pretty good shape. But I wanted to talk a little bit about Vampire Montgomery by Night because, Joe and I, we did a stream game of Werewolf ages ago. We had a good time.
Has it been ages?
I've always been a little bit interested in this podcast because I've been thinking about the fact that Montgomery, Alabama, is a very different setting than most of the published Vampire the Masquerade work. We have a lot of stuff, for northern cities and the like, but really nothing from what I would just say is like, the southern or deep south United States. We have Louisiana by Night, and that's about it. And that's a book from 1994, I think. So
yeah, New Orleans. Yeah.
Yep. Oh, did I say Louisiana by Night?
Yeah. I got it. New Orleans. I have the book at home, so I know.
Yeah. My bad.
You're good.
It's been a while.
That's fine.
So can you just give our listeners just a little brief introduction to Montgomery by Night and kind of some of the unique takes you have for that setting?
Oh, boy. Okay. Montgomery by Night is my own little special pet project. It is based off my hometown, Montgomery, Alabama. I don't live there anymore, but I know it like the back of my hand because I grew up there.
Cool.
And just like you said, like it's not really known for other southern cities. Canonically, Atlanta has fallen to the SI, but you did not know that?
I didn't know that.
Yes, Atlanta fell.
But that's interesting because Atlanta also fell to the Sabbat in 2000. So it's just it's a bad vibe down there.
Yeah,
Atlanta's rough.
The Sabbat, it fell to the Sabbat, and then they had a good cleaning, as we say, and shout out to Ellie for taking over ATL by Night. She runs it now, and it's called the Masquerade Camarilla, so it's like a renaissance for the relatively new, but she runs that over there, and I run Montgomery. And I chose Montgomery because it's a very unique place. It's not a large city, but it is the birthplace of civil rights in the United States, and it's my hometown. And I was like, if no one else is going to do it, I'll do it. As well as the fact that because of its unique history and heritage for the city, I was like, everyone runs Camarilla. Mine is Anarch, the Anarch movement. I call it the Anarch Free State of Montgomery.
Perfect.
And so we're well aware of what's happening in LA and other Anarch places, and we try to keep in contact with them. And the Barons are quite successful in their endeavors, even the run-of-the-mill coterie that I have in that game that's destroying everything. So, yeah. And the other thing is that as I looked, and I seemed to be the only one that's doing it, and I said, I'll do it. So I am a black gay man that's running this in a predominantly black city, and most of my NPCs, the Barons, are people of color, minus a couple, and one who's an Nosferatu, who they don't still know what her color is because she's white, like ash white.
Interesting.
But she has blue eyes, but that's it. But anybody can have blue eyes.
Yeah.
And cool. Those are some of the unique quirks of it. And I run it, and people seem to enjoy that they meet these people and they feel like they could actually know them in real life. It doesn't feel like, here's a sheet of paper I just drew things on. Like, people actually enjoy those people and their opinions, some of them, as well as their emotions and quirks. And they are also very aggressive to my NPCs, too.
Aggressive?
Yeah.
Can you give me some examples here? What are some highlights?
Can we curse on here?
You can. This is an explicit podcast.
Okay. Most of the people that I've run the game for, because I have visual pictures of them that I have, and they have an Instagram channel, Instagram page and stuff. So you can see the visual representations of how they look, and then I've explained it to the players when they're playing it. My main coterie or other people who just want to do run shots for, and they were like, "So, as storyteller," and I was like, "I feel I know where this is going. What is going to happen?" It was like, "So the Baron from the southern part of the city." They're like, "Does he have a bedroom?" I said, "He has several bedrooms." They're like, "Can I fuck him?" And I was like, I didn't write that down, but if you'd like, go for it.
Okay.
And I do not do the whole thing. I just like fade to black because I don't feel like going through all the motions.
Yeah, was this like an online stream game as well?
That part I could not. But
Okay.
I have done it on stream, and they were like, "I'm going to go do this." And I was like, "Okay, we're going to fade to black." Because I said, this is not Pornhub, and I cannot, because of terms of service, go into extreme illicit detail of what you want to do to this man.
You can't do it. That's one of the challenges with streaming.
Yeah.
Right?
And I've had one of my players, they were like really kind of back and forth with me about that. I was like, "Well, why not?" And I was like, "Because it's the rules. I cannot go over this." I was like, I'm being serious. But you can have fun otherwise, in other ways, but don't make me buttress up against the rules. But yeah.
Cool. Very interesting. Yeah, that's some pretty dramatic stuff that you have there. Now, one thing that you were mentioning that I really picked up on was, kind of comparing and contrasting Montgomery by night to, say, Atlanta by night, and some of the kind of other games that are being streamed online available for viewing. So I was wondering if you have any opinions or recommendations about how to like work with other streamers and their settings, and maybe some examples of how there's been like collaboration or anything like that.
Ooh, I am working on collaborations.
Cool.
Talking to Ellie, whenever she gets back up and running to what she needs to do, she's taking some personal time off. So I was like, if you ever need me, we can do this. But I literally talked to her last night about asking questions because like I said, I'm pretty online with what happens in Los Angeles. And I've talked to the barons that over there. I try to reach out and talk to the people who are actually in it without breaking any rules. So, and I asked Ellie for Atlanta. I was like, literally last night, I was like, "Do we know who the new prince is?" And she was like, "Yes."
Cool.
The other one being ousted was very public and very graphic. So we are aware of it. So I just wanted to keep in contact. And I've just been reaching out to other streamers who are doing the same thing I've been doing. So, and I don't know if you heard of Steve from Vancouver by night. From Steve.
No, I haven't.
Yeah, I reached out
cool.
to him and he asked me questions. He said, "What's going on in Montgomery?" And I assume when he asks that, he throws little tidbits to what's happening in his city. So the other players are kind of aware what's happening. But Vancouver's going through some stuff right now on the stream with the Sabbat. So I'm not sure if the messages are getting through. But I tried to reach out. And Steve has been really nice. Like when I first started streaming, he personally reached out to me. He was like, "Hey, if you need help, I can help." And he's been a wonderful person helping assist in that. And I'm following his story. So when I run Montgomery, I throw in little tidbits about what's happened in Vancouver. And some of them have made choices that they probably want to visit. And I was like, we're going to coordinate that at some point.
Awesome.
That is so cool. Like one of the things one of the things that's really cool about Vampire the Masquerade, like indie streaming right now, is you had LA by Night, which was big and monolithic, and now you have all these little mini streams, these little pockets, and it sounds like you're kind of loosely sharing canon between each one of those channels. Has there been any kind of initiative to get together and say, let's compare notes, come up with relationship maps, or really put it down on paper what is and what isn't in each city between?
Not yet, and that's a really good idea because I make notes every time, particularly when Steve reaches out to me. I probably need to bring that up with him. Like, let's have like a Zoom call and just like compare notes so we can really structure this crap out and see how far we can get into this rabbit hole. Because it's gotten deep. Montgomery has taken a very interesting turn. I had not planned for it to go that way, but some of my players have decided to get themselves into infernalism things. So there's a demon in my story. He is his name is Darius Underworld. I know, on the nose. And he is an attorney at law.
And a demon.
And a demon. There is a joke in there somewhere.
Aren't they all?
Yes.
Just kidding. We love you, lawyers.
Yeah, so I was actually hoping to get Mark and Rick's kind of insight at this point because the two of them have done a lot of shared universe work in the past.
They have.
And I'm sure have some good insight. I'm not. Have either of you been really keeping up with any stream games lately, or are you mostly focused on Mondo Kane and that kind of stuff?
Well, lately it's been a lot of Mondo Kane. We had a Dark Ages stream for a while, which is it's been a lot of fun. We've done a lot of one-shots for it as well, which has actually been able to pull in all kinds of people from different streams or different communities, like Joe. You've been in, I think, 2 now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're Malkavian in 1, and then Jerome in the other.
I'm in a barrel right now.
Yeah, he ran into some setups. That seems very one-sided because of my Twitter handle. But no, so we still watch a number of streams. We haven't been streaming much lately, but being now Mondo Kane.
Yeah, Devil's Luck Gaming is probably one of my favorite Twitch channels, and they run an amazing vampire game. They get dressed up, they have backgrounds. It's super ornate, and they're just very cool people. So I'll kind of browse around Twitch and kind of jump from VTM stream to VTM stream. I haven't really been following any ongoing streams, but it's really cool to see people interact with each other and just share stories and on Twitter and talk to one another, and it almost feels like there's this organic movement towards canonization, which I'm fascinated with. And Montgomery by Night is absolutely amazing. I've told you before, I love the way that you approach your NPCs because they feel like they're based on real people, and they're funny sometimes, and also sometimes hateful and hated, and but it's not like cartoonish. You don't go heavy on the satire. It's very I don't know. It's very soft and cool.
Like I told you, from people that have played or in viewers, and as I was walking here, I was checking comments because my YouTube was blowing up, and it was like, I want to punch this person. And I was like, okay, thank you for that. Because they said, this reminds me of so-and-so and so-and-so I've met in life before. And I was like, okay. And they also said that this what makes it very good is that they don't feel cartoonish. They feel like actual people that you want to bitch slap or kick in the shin or whatever. I've gotten a whole host of things of how they want to throw things at various kindred, or one was told I want to push one of them down the stairs because they're so annoying. I have a character who's I built him kind of to be like a frat boy, who just got recently embraced in the Giovanni clan, and he is like a party boy. He's like very obnoxious, says really dumb things.
I love that though, because you need a lot of real world grounding, especially in the world of darkness.
Mm-hmm.
And the normal stuff makes everything that's supernatural and interesting more realistic.
Yeah.
And we're playing games where you're vampires and you have a number of different powers and things, and you want your players to feel cooler than all of these other mundane normal people. So having the rude cab driver or the obnoxious bellhop is one way to make them seem like, well, at least I'm not that guy.
Yeah, everybody has that opinion about that particular character. His name is Duncan, and he's just like, yeah, bro, like, oh my God. Like, so I found out that I can't eat hot wings anymore, and I'm kind of bummed out about it because I used to get like lots of blue cheese, and I had like honey mustard, and I had like all these other things, and then they taste like ash, and I was like, man, that really fucking sucks. And everybody's just like, just stop, please. And he was like, oh, but oh man, oh look at that girl over there, like, you think she'll like me? And they were like, please don't, you're going to ruin the mission. And I love those moments when everybody's like, Duncan, shut up. Just shut up, please.
All right. Good stuff. Good stuff. Yes, that's Montgomery by Night right there. You know, there's a lot of fun. There's some funny moments, but there's also a lot of very serious stuff.
Yes.
I think that's why a lot of people really enjoy it, and why other people should check it out. So, Joe, where can people find Montgomery by Night and kind of interact with it?
Sure. You can find it on YouTube under River Region Studios. That is where I put all the episodes. We're currently on hiatus right now, but we're actually coming back. I think when I get back from PAX, we'll start restreaming, picking up with season 2. But it's on YouTube. We have a Twitter channel, River Region Stew on Twitter. You can also find me on my personal channel that I can link you to all the other links. Nola Fanger, NOLA_Fanger, FANGR, like Fangbanger from True Blood is where I got it from.
Cool.
And that's where everybody usually finds me and hangs out and interacts with me. I'm pretty social. Send me cat emojis, spicy vampire DMs. I'm all here for it. That's where I do most of my work and interact with people and come do things like this.
Awesome. Very good. All right. Well, thank you all for coming here for this episode. And to all the listeners out there, we're going to be back next week with an episode discussing things with Mondo Cane Publishing.
Woo!
It'll be great. All right. Take it easy, everyone, and stay safe out there.
Thank you.
This has been an episode of Darker Days Radio. Special thanks to Occam's Laser for the intro, outro, and new bumper music from their hit album, 9 Circles. Check out the rest of their work at occamslaser.bandcamp.com.